What's up, everybody? This is KJ here, and I am back for my Week 5 UGL Teambuilder. We are playing Rez this week. He is 3-1, I believe, with a +7. And yeah, he's got a very, very scary team. It's a Psy Spam team, and honestly, the matchup here is not great. Let me get into his team really quick so then we can jump into our team that we're bringing against him. So, his team consists of Jirachi, Cinderace, Mandibuzz, Weezing, Indeedee, Orbeetle, Hitmonlee, Raichu, Rhydon, Clawitzer, and Dartrix. And yeah, Psy Spam plus the Weezing and then Cinderace really make it hard to bring Urshifu here. And it's interesting because you think like Psy Spam, why does that make it hard? And it's just like the way his Psy Spam is set up. Like with Jirachi, the potential of Scarf Indeedee, and then things like Cinderace that naturally outspeed as well, and the Weezing that's going to be able to take any hit from Urshifu, just make it really difficult for me to bring Urshifu here. So going with an Urshifu-less team should be really interesting. We haven't done that all season, so we'll have to see what happens. So to jump into our team, we've got the Assault Vest Primarina, and the nice thing about this Primarina is that it does live a Clawitzer, two Clawitzer Terrain Pulse or Sludge Waves 90% of the time, and Moonblast is always a 2-hit KO. So yeah, we're running Moonblast, Shadow Ball, Surf, and Psychic, and the idea here is that Surf should be hitting a good amount of his team. We've got the Shadow Ball for things like Orbeetle and Jirachi. We have the Psychic for the Weezing because that's going to be a huge pain, as well as the Hitmonlee, potentially. And then Moonblast is just great stab, and it hits Hitmonlee. It also hits the Mandibuzz. Yeah, I think this is probably the best set that we can bring. Having the Assault Vest and being able to be a specially bulky Mon is really important in this match. And Primarina, I think, is one of the primary ways we're going to be dealing damage, and quite possibly the way that we get rid of Mandibuzz, especially because Primarina with our investment has a chance to 2-hit KO the Mandibuzz if it's max HP, max Bedef, and that's a 99 or 98% chance to 2-hit KO. So yeah, we'll have to see. And if he is leftovers, then he'll be taking Rock's Chip, which makes it even better. So we'll just have to see what's going on there. So the next mon we got is the Skarmory, Rocky Helmet this week. We are, I believe, max HP, max defense. And the idea here is that we should be able to set up an Iron Defense on something, get a body press off, get some body presses off. Dual Wing Beat handles Hitmonlee, which is good. And this is probably going to stay in the back for most of the game. It'll depend on if he brings Hitmonlee. If he does bring Hitmonlee, then this has to be our dedicated Hitmonlee check. And basically, that's just going to mean that we have to check to see if he's like the Fake Out set, Fake Out Normal Gem set, or if he's like a Curse set with White Herb or something like that. So yeah, I think all in all, kind of have to scout the Hitmonlee set and just kind of see what happens with it. I imagine he's got to go like Psychic Seed, which would be a little annoying, but yeah, all in all, I think Skarmory is going to be pretty big in handling the Hitmonlee, and if he doesn't bring Hitmonlee, then it's also just a good check to Jirachi with the Rocky Helmet, and I mean, it can still be flinched, but Rocky Helmet, Body Press is going to be doing a good amount, and honestly, we can just set up Iron Defenses on a physical Jirachi. So that is the Skarmory. The next one, we have the Chandelure. Now, this is actually going to be something that is a very important member of the team. It's going to be choice specs. So the thing about Chandelure is it hits his entire team incredibly hard. I mean, even specially defensive Mandibuzz is likely getting 2-hit KO'd by 2 Flamethrowers, so that's really good. And like, this thing outspeeds the potential Clawitzer, or even to outspeed the Clawitzer, even if it's timid. So that's really good because Energy Ball OHKOs that. And Energy Ball is also going to be hitting Rhydon. We've got fire coverage for things like Orbeetle and Dartrix and Jirachi. We also have ghost coverage for Jirachi. Again, Flamethrower is hitting the Mandibuzz pretty hard. The Psychic is going to be taking care of both the Hitmonlee and the Weezing So I think Chandelure is going to be a huge member of this team and a huge player in this game, especially if we're going to win. So really hoping Chandelure comes through for us. So the next mon we got is the Rocky Helmet Dredagon, or Rocky Helmet Ruffskin, and this is probably going to be... I'm considering leading this just because it is our rocker, and it also has Glare. If he does decide to lead Scarf Jirachi, or Jirachi in general, and starts clicking the Iron Heads or something like that to flinch, then he's going to take a ton of damage. We are EV'd to pretty much live... It's a roll to live 3 Iron Heads from Jirachi, so that's good. And he's going to be taking a ton of damage with the Rough Skin chip. So that should be solid. And he almost... It's a chance to kill if he does click Iron Head and we do go for the Earthquake. So we'll have to see what he does there. I think if I were to imagine that situation, I'd probably Glare the Jirachi on first attempt. And if he doesn't get the flinch, then I'd be pretty okay with that. So yeah, I think the Dredagon's going to be very big here. Dual Wing Beat is for Orbeetle as well as the Hitmonlee, so that's good. And yeah, I think all in all, Dredagon is going to be pretty important. We'll just have to kind of play it correctly. But yeah, I think Dredagon's definitely a candidate to be one of the leads in this matchup, depending on what I see in team preview. Alright, the next one we got is Claydol, and so this is a Leftovers Claydol. It has Earth Power, Teleport, Toxic, Body Press. Originally I was going to bring Trick Room, decided against it because I needed a more specially defensive Prim, and so decided to bring Body Press instead. We always want to have Teleport just to be able to pivot out with Claydol. Toxic is for the obvious Mandibuzz switch-ins on this thing because Mandibuzz comes in on this thing, stabs, and resists, or is immune to both of them, with it being flying and dark. So having Toxic and then being able to like teleport out, especially because I think he has to be knockoff this week, especially for things like Porygon 2. So yeah, I think just being able to teleport out and then maybe get Primarina in to then start clicking Moonblast or something like that is going to be pretty big. Other than that, Claydol is also the Specs Indeedee counter, or even just regular Indeedee. I mean, we can Toxic Indeedee, and the thing is, if he's Scarf Expanding Force, then it's not a huge deal, because then we're living a good amount of the, like, living at a good amount with the Expanding Forces, but if he Specs, then we do still live 2, especially after the Leftovers. So we'll have to see there, but again, I do really think that Claydol is going to put in a lot of work here, being able to Toxic things and being able to sort of teleport out to enable other mons to get in safely. And then last but certainly not least, we have the Porygon 2 rocking the Eviolite, and it is a modest Porygon 2. It doesn't have any special attack investment, but the idea with this Porygon is we should just be able to fire off attacks. We are analytic, so we'll just be able to kind of hit things, chip away at things, try attack Psychic and Ice Beam. So anything that's not really liking getting hit by Psychic, try attack Ice Beam, we'll try to break with other things. I think the only thing that this really doesn't do a whole lot to is Jirachi, but that's okay because we don't ever want this thing in on Jirachi anyway. We have other dedicated Jirachi counters. So, yeah, I think that is going to be the team, and we are going to play Rez. I'm getting this video up a little late because we were actually already supposed to play, but had some difficulties. But yeah, so that is going to be it. If you do like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff, and I will be back with the game against Rez in the next video. All right, thanks. Peace.